check this out. So S26, we have confirmed specs, and you're going to be surprised. You're going to be happy because right now it looks like you're going to see, we'll get into these side-by-side comparisons and upgrades, but one of the major upgrades I'm very excited about, and you will be too, is a charging upgrade. That's correct. We are going to get upgraded charging, faster charging for Samsung devices. It's been since, I think they said, and wireless charging. So you're going to get faster wired speeds and faster wireless speeds. I think this article, when I looked at it earlier, it's been since the S20 that Samsung has not upgraded charging speeds on their Ultra. I'm talking about the Ultra. Now, the S25, S25 Plus has seen a minor, I believe, charging upgrades, but for the Ultra, which is their most popular phone, it has not received a charging speed increase since the S20. That's pretty freaking old. That's a long time. So you're going to get bumped up to 25 watts wireless charging, which puts it on par with Google Pixel and some other flagship Android phones. And it will be it'll be wireless charging 2.0. So that's good, because I think right now it's on like wireless charging 1.5, right? I think it's at like 15 watt wireless charging, and they're going to bump it up to 25 watts wireless charging. And if you want to plug it in, which is, I never wirelessly charge my phones. If you want to plug it in, they're going to bump it up to 60 watts, 60 on the S26 Ultra. This is confirmed, signed, sealed, delivered, stamp it as confirmed. So good news on the charging. It's quote unquote super fast wireless charging. Super fast. Yeah, OnePlus has got y'all beat. That is super fast. But hey, it is fast charging. So, and you are going to get a slightly bigger battery. Let's go over to the specs. So you're going to get a 5200 milliamp per hour cell. Now, how fast will it charge from 0 to 100 plugged in? Well, right now I'm right at just over about an hour. I think the 60 watt charging, I think it'll drop it down to like, and there's a number of factors. It doesn't just depend on the watts. Like, it also depends on the amperage and volts. All that stuff plays a part in how fast it'll charge, right? Because OnePlus has 120 watt charging. Yeah, but they also pump like freaking 7 amps of power to it. You know what I'm saying? With current. But I think with 60 watts of charging, I think you'll see the S26 Ultra go from 0 to 100% plugged in, probably 45 minutes, right around there, which is good, right? Probably even charge even faster from 0 to 50, because y'all know after 50 tends to drop off a little bit as far as the speed. Probably go from 0 to 50% in probably 20 minutes, and then it'll start to dump off after that. But look, any upgrade is definitely welcomed, right? Let's see, September. Let me check mine real quick, because I know mine was not on September. Let's see, soft update. I have so many different phones, I can't remember where they are. Settings here. Google Play system update. I'm on July 1st. July 1st. Look at this. That is insane. Come on, man. That's some bullshit right there. And I always check it. I check it every day. It says it's up to date. It's up to date. I wish you could flash this update. You know how you can flash a over-the-air update, like a monthly update, or at least on Pixel? I wish you could do that with the Google Play services, because it's frustrating. You know, it's very, very frustrating. But let's go into the confirmed upgrades for the S26 series. Now, this is for the S26, S26 Plus, and S26 Ultra. right? Yeah, I clicked on it. Look, I clicked on it and it still says, so I'm on July 1st, right? Is that backwards to y'all or y'all can read it? Watch. Nothing. Bullshit. Anyways, let's see here. So this is for the entire S26 series, right? So we got spec sheets. Here's what you're gonna get on the. Are y'all ready? Here's what you're gonna get. These are confirmed. These are confirmed, signed, sealed, delivered specifications for the upcoming S26 series. So let's go to the base model. So here's the S25 versus S26, right? You're actually going to get a slightly larger display. The display is increasing to a 6.3 inches on the S26 compared to 6.2 on the S25. Now you're going to get a full HD plus. Not a big deal to me, right? I mean, it's still going to be what, like $799 brand new, but it's considered a flagship. But honestly, I really can't tell. And even with a smaller screen, the pixels are crunched up more together. So it's still going to look, trust me, it's going to look phenomenal. You're going to get the new M14 OLED panel. These displays are going to look beautiful. They have not upgraded their display in, I think, 2 years. So it's going to look beautiful, bright colors, really jet blacks. It's going to look phenomenal. Refresh rate, it'll be LTPO, I think 2.0, displays from 1 to 120 hertz. You're going to get the new Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 and or the Exynos 2600, depending on what region you are. You're going to get 12 gigs of RAM. Now check this out. This is a very cool thing, and more, I think Google's like the only company left that's still going to have 128 gigs of storage base model, because on the S26 series, on the base model, you're getting 256 gigs of storage right out the gate, right? And that's good. No more 128s. Main camera staying the same at 50 megapixels. Ultra wide staying the same at 12 megapixels. Your 3x telephoto lens is going to stay the same at 10 megapixels. Your front-facing selfie camera is going to stay the same at 12 megapixels. You are going to get a larger battery in the S26. You're getting a 4,300 milliamp hour battery compared to the 4,000 on the S25. The charging is going to remain the same. This is wired at 25 watts. It's going to slightly weigh a tiny bit bigger, so it's 2 grams heavier. But the S26 base model is going to be thinner at 6.9 millimeters compared to 7.2 on the S25. Now let's go to the S26 Plus. This should be a really nice phone. So you're going to get a same size 6.7 inch QHD display. Brightness up to 2600 nits. It's pretty bright. Refresh rate 120. Processor, again, you're going to get the 8 Elite Gen 5 and or the Exynos 2600, depending on where you live. RAM, 12 gigs of RAM. Storage, 256 and 512 gigs of storage. Main camera, 50 megapixels, going to remain the same as the S25 Plus. The ultra wide is going to remain the same at 12 megapixels. The 3x telephoto lens remaining the same at 10 megapixels. The front camera, 12 megapixel front-facing selfie camera. Battery size is going to remain the same. It's still fairly big at 4,900 milliamp hour battery. Charging, 45 watts. And the weight is going to weigh slightly heavier, 4 grams heavier at 194 grams. That's because they are increasing. Oh, I'm sorry. They're not increasing the battery size on this one. So I wonder where the weight comes from, because it's basically a carbon copy of the previous model. I don't know, but it will weigh 194 grams compared to the 190 in the S25 Plus. And then the thickness will remain the same at 7.3 millimeters. Now, and you cannot go wrong with the S20, with the Plus series. That's one of the most overlooked models. I love the Plus. I've had a lot of them. I've had, like, I think the S21, S22 Plus, S23 Plus, S24 Plus. This year is the first year I did not get the Plus series with the 25. but I may get a I may or may not. I want to see if they're going to come out with the Edge, because I'm definitely going to get the Edge, and I'm definitely getting the Ultra, and I want to get the Plus, but I'm waiting to see if they're going to release the Edge or not. This will be a good phone. This will be the good all-round phone. You can't go wrong with it. If you don't use an S Pen a lot, this phone should suit you very well. Of course, let's move on to the big boy, the Ultra. This is the one everybody's going to be getting. So here are these specs. S25 Ultra compared to S26 Ultra specifications. And you can see there the M14. That M14 next to the 6.9 QHD. This will have the new M14 OLED panel. It's going to look badass. This is going to get the best display rating, I'm sure, of any mobile phone. Samsung makes obviously displays for everybody. Apple, OnePlus, even the Pixel display this year is Samsung made. So you got to know they're going to put the best on their own, right? So let's run down the specs. The S26 Ultra is getting a 6.9 inch QHD display, the M14 OLED panel. Last year was the M13 OLED panel at the same size, 6.9 inch. The nits are going to be the same. If I'm not wrong, I thought the nits were at like 3,000 nits on the S25 Ultra, but anyway, maybe that's like at extreme brightness, right, when it's in direct sunlight, but it'll get up to 2600 nits. And the refresh rate from 1 to 120 hertz. Processor, you're getting the 8 Elite Gen 5 globally, so there will be no Exynos variants in the Ultra models. And here's something I was thinking about today. You know what? I think I'm going to bite the bullet and get the 16 gig of RAM model. I typically always get the 12 gig, 512 gig of storage model. I think I want to get the 16, although I don't have any RAM issues with mine. I use my phone. It's my workhorse. I use it for work. I make money on it. I do everything on my Ultra, and I think I'm gonna see, since I know they're not raising the price, right? I did a video about that the other day. I think I'm gonna get the 16 gig 1 terabyte model this year. Anyways, so you'll have your RAM of variants. You'll get 12 gigs of RAM. That'll be in the 256 storage model and the 512 gig model, and then they'll bump you up to 16 gigs of RAM if you get the 1 terabyte model. On the main sensor, you're getting a 200 megapixel HP2 sensor. This should have variable aperture. I think they're going to introduce that on this one as well, which you should get better low light pictures with in video. Ultra wide, 50 megapixel sensor, ultra wide, no change. And this year, you're getting a slightly larger 10 megapixel 3x telephoto lens on this new S26 Ultra. You're getting the same 5x telephoto lens at 50 megapixels. The front-facing selfie camera is going to remain the same, 12 megapixels. Now, here's something they didn't put in these specs that I know, because I know for sure it's getting a 5200 milliamp hour battery. It lists 5,000 on here. I'm not sure if this was generated before the news. What was it, yesterday, that we're getting a bigger battery on the S26 Ultra, but it will have a slightly larger battery than the previous model, or the current model, S25 Ultra, which is rated at 5,000. And you are going to get a bump in charging up to 60 watt charging compared to 45. Your thickness, it is going to slim down, and they are going to shave weight on here. So it's going to be 7.9 millimeters thick. It's pretty slim compared to this year's S25 Ultra at 8.2 millimeters. And then it's going to weigh only 214 grams, which is pretty light compared to the current S25 Ultra, which is 218 grams. So they are going to shave some weight. So really look forward to getting one of these. Now, if you want wallpaper, so the specs leaked, and guess what? Wallpaper leaked. And knowing me, well, you may not know me, but boy, as soon as I saw this, I said, you know what? Let me upload this to my wallpaper app. So if you want these wallpapers, I got them downloaded in HD, well, QHD quality, ready for you to download. Go to stockwallpaper.app. Stockwallpaper.app. It's right here. And you can either scroll down to Samsung, where you see right here, these are the new ones, and they do kind of tell us what colors we can expect. Or you can hit the menu button. Look at all these companies I got. I got stock wallpapers from all your favorite manufacturers: Apple, Samsung, Google, Huawei, OnePlus, LG, Xiaomi, HTC, Sony, ZTE, Oppo. I even got custom ROM wallpapers. I got wallpapers from Vivo, Nokia, Infinix, Asus, Elephone, Coolpad, and then extras, my favorites. But let's go to Samsung. Link should be, you know what? I don't think the link is in the video description. All you got to do is go to stockwallpaper.app. I'm going to link it. As soon as this is done, I'm going to make sure the link is in the description box down below. Stockwallpaper.app. Now, here are the 6 colors we got. And let me tell you, I think I think 3 or 4 of these are going to be the base wallpapers, meaning the base colors, because how Samsung does it, they'll have custom wallpapers that match the color of the phone, right? They've been doing that for years. So just with these wallpapers, you can kind of tell what colors they're going to launch, right? And I think some of these wallpapers, maybe 3, maybe 4, will be the stock wallpapers and or colors that you can get at places like T-Mobile, AT&T, Verizon. And then I think 2 of these are going to be Samsung exclusive wallpapers. Now, colors. Again, they match the wallpaper with the color of the phone. I think what they're going to do, I think you're going to get a Samsung exclusive jet black again, which should be this one up here. And I think you're going to get a Samsung exclusive color of the stupid, I think they're going to copy Apple with their stupid orange color. I wish they wouldn't do that, but I've seen leaks where, I'm sure y'all have too, where you see an S26 Ultra that's the same color as this. Well, guess what? Guess what we got today? Orange wallpaper. So tells me they're going to come out with an orange S26 Ultra. So yeah, so if you want those, go to stockwallpaper.app. I got them there for you. Let's see here. I wonder if they'll finally add bold colors to all their phones. I hate the washed out colors they've done. Me too. In fact, so much that I hate the washed out colors so much. The kind of just blah, like bland. You know what? Google does that too, where they're just kind of, or at least they used to, where when they release something like this, you're like, woo, that looks nice. In actuality, it's just a freaking moonstone color, like a bluish gray color, right? They've been neglecting us so much with these bland colors that just something slightly bold and everybody's eyes pop out. Yeah, I got the white S25 Ultra just because I had the Phantom Black. That thing overheated like crazy. I sent it back and I finally just settled on this white one. But I would like to get something bold, something colorful. Now, I don't know if I'm going to get this orange color. I kind of have, I'm not going to say I have buyer's remorse with this iPhone 17 Pro with the color. I kind of wish I got the blue one or the, the white silver one. But it is what it is. I don't know. It was cool at the time, but now I'm like, yeah, it's kind of ugly. But that's what I think is going to happen with the S26 Ultra. You're going to release that orange color and people are going to race to get that one. And then after a few months, you're going to be like, yeah, it's kind of ugly, right? But it looks like they're going to have a purple color. It looks like they're going to have a cool blue color, mint color. It looks like they're going to have a gray or silver. That's probably going to be a white up there on the top right. And they're probably going to have, they might have a black a black color, but with the silver trim on it, like this one, where it's black on the back, but it still has the silver trim, kind of like they have now, titanium black. But then they might go with a phantom black where everything's blacked out, the black back and the black borders. That one was so nice. I sent it back because it was overheating. I think I might do that again. If they do choose to do that phantom black, I'll probably get that one. But you should have some colors here. I don't know if the bottom right is going to be a mint or a light green color. I'm not sure. Again, purple on the bottom left. You got your orange on the mid right side. And I can see the top right being a white and the middle left being a, I don't know, maybe just your traditional black. I'm not sure, but those are the wallpapers that leaked today, and you can get them at stockwallpaper.app. I put those up earlier this morning. So how much lighter than iPhone 14 Pro Max? Sounds so much bigger than iPhone 14 Pro Max. I love the big screen. Does Samsung S26 Ultra have titanium frame like the S25 Ultra? So let me do, so what did we say? I'll find out the weight. So the S26 Ultra is 214 grams. Let's Google how much does the iPhone 14 Pro Max weigh? Damn, 240 grams. So the iPhone 14 Pro Max weighs 240 grams. The new S26 Ultra is going to weigh 214 grams. That's going to be a huge difference in weight. So if you get the S26 Ultra, it's going to be considerably lighter than the iPhone 14 Pro Max. Now, does the S26 Ultra have a titanium frame like the S25 Ultra? So here, I've heard conflicting reports. So one thing Samsung is going to not do this year is raise prices. So they're going to eat some of the costs up front because their costs to manufacture the phone have increased. So what Samsung is going to do is going to try to have to cut costs around. They said they're going to cut marketing costs. They're going to cut some other costs. What was it? I just did a video on it the other day. Most of their cost cutting measures are going to come from marketing, meaning they're not going to put out as many commercials because that stuff is mad expensive. Another cost cutting measure could be titanium. Titanium costs more than stainless steel and or whatever you construct the frame out of. Titanium is probably one of the more expensive metals you can construct it from. I would bet they don't do titanium this year. Now, another reason is whether you agree with me or not, or like it or not, Samsung has shown us in the past that they like to copy Apple. I hate to admit that, but it is what it is. Apple puts out stuff, they copied AirPods, it goes on and on and on, right? The operating system kind of looks more like iOS. And they went with titanium, and it's their biggest competitor. Samsung went with titanium on the S25 Ultra to kind of compete with Apple, to give you that premium feel on your phone. Well, for one thing, it's heavier, and it's more expensive to use as a supplier to put in the construction of each mobile device. Well, Apple went away with titanium this year for their iPhone 17 series. It's aluminum. So will Samsung do the same thing? Well, I think they will. No word on that yet, but I think they will. It's lighter, it makes your phone lighter, and it costs less to construct each phone. And again, Samsung is not going to raise the prices this year, so they have to cut costs somewhere. So I think that probably is a safe bet that they do away with titanium this year. Which, look, ultimately, you really can't tell, quite honestly. Like, if I hold this in an S24 Ultra, in the other hand, S25 Ultra that has titanium, and an S24 Ultra that's constructed of a stainless steel frame, I can't tell the difference, right? I mean, mentally, it feels nice, and I guess physics would say it's more stronger, right? But I personally don't mind so much, but we don't have word on that. But as soon as I figure it out, as soon as I get a word on what it's going to be constructed of, and that'll be probably be one of the last things we know. In fact, we'll probably get word of what it's made of on launch day. But I bet they do away with titanium this year. Let's see here. Yeah, and that's a perfect, yes, thank you. I forgot to bring that up. Titanium is not a good, it does not dissipate heat as well as other materials and or metals. Aluminum dissipates heat very fast compared to titanium. Titanium wants to hold on to that heat. Aluminum just sheds that heat that builds up. So that could have been the one reason why my phones were overheating when they were launched. But One UI 8 solved all those issues. My thing hasn't even gotten hot in months. I mean, it's awesome now. It's a fantastic device right now. So, and I knew it would take a little while. I knew it would come around, a few more updates. But I got to run here. We got to update. We have a giveaway to do. And again, real quick before we do the giveaway, put hashtag mouse in the chat. Hashtag mouse in the chat to enter. I'll ship it to you wherever you live in the world. Doesn't matter. I'll ship it to you for free. Gaming mouse. And let me know. I got some cases here. What I have? Pixel 9 Pro XL, S25 Ultra. Let me see if there's any other cases. I got cases all around the house. Hang on. Also have S24 Plus and well, anyways, if you have a Pixel 9 Pro XL, if you have a S24 Plus, if you have an S25 Ultra, let me know in the comments, and I can send you that. So enter hashtag mouse in the chat. I'm gonna have to run here shortly. I see the game just started, so let's do that. So let me share this screen, and let me put in hashtag mouse in here, and I'll let everybody enter your hashtag mouse to enter. And let me show you what it comes with. So you get the mouse. It's wired or wireless, and you can sell it, you can keep it, I don't care. Downside, it is pink, so you might want to sell it, but you should not have a hard time selling it. You should probably get, I don't know, 80 bucks for it. It was 109 brand new. Sell it, so I don't care. And then it comes with a USB cable if you want to plug it in, or it comes with the dongle that you can plug in right here to your computer, and you can go wireless. And it also has these items here. I don't know what these are. I'm not a gamer. What is this? Skins, I guess. You can put skins you put on the bottom, I guess. I don't know, but those come with it as well. So we'll do that right now, and we will wait for the OnePlus 15 to get released. I have some more stuff to give away. Let me see here. Maybe next week I'm gonna do a Android TV box giveaway. Maybe next week we'll do that. It's a GT Media HD TV converter X1. So it's an Android TV box. So you get Android, you plug it into your TV through HDMI. It runs Android. You can stream live TV, sports, movies. Has Google Play, App Store. It's got all the streaming apps preloaded on it. So probably do that next week, right? So subscribe to the channel, and we'll probably give that away next week. So yeah, it looks pretty nice. So we'll do that next week. This is a nice, add something to the living room or bedroom, right? Stream movies and TVs, shows on sports. Speaking of, I got to catch this game. So did everybody enter hashtag mouse in the chat? And we will get this going. All right, let's run it. You ready? I thought I had something else. The anime Phantom. Congratulations, you are the winner. If you can email me at eSIMstudios, well, it's eSIMstudios at gmail.com. eSIMstudios at gmail.com. hit me up and I'll get your info on the back end, your shipping address, wherever you want to ship it to, anywhere in the world. And I'll probably get it out tomorrow. I got some cases I'm going to give ship to a couple other viewers, and I will get that right out to you. Congratulations. Alrighty. Damn. Did you enter? Well, check it out. If you missed, join me, subscribe, and I'll give away that. We're going to do a lot of giveaways. I'm just looking down here and I got a lot of stuff to give away. So, yes, congratulations. Alrighty. Well, let me get out of here. I appreciate the time, and I will post the link to all this stuff that we went over today. As soon as this video is done, you can come back to it, and I'll have everything linked in the description box down below if you want to look at everything in more detail. And again, the S26 Ultra wallpapers are already on my website, stockwallpapers.app. I got them up there earlier today, so you can download them. Just long press the wallpaper and hit download, and then you can add them to your home screen or your lock screen or whatever you want to do. So, well, cool. Well, stick around. I can tell you there's a number of people in the chat right now that have won a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. So just subscribe to the channel, and whenever we go live, I'll not every time I go live, but I got a lot of stuff to give away, so I need to do more of these. So subscribe to the channel and you could win a lot more. So appreciate the time. Just trying to give back. To this stuff just sits here in the corner of my room, of my office, that again just sits here and I don't ever use it, so it's better with y'all than with me. So, and yeah, again, you can sell it if you want to, I don't care, but I gotta get out of here. Appreciate the time. Hit me up on the back end, eSIMstudios@gmail.com, and I'll get that shipped out tomorrow. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.